Mike Pence paying tribute to fallen members of the U.S. Armed Forces, thanking their loved ones in a ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery, and acknowledging that for them, every day is Memorial Day. For many veterans, Memorial Day is a time to remember their comrades and pay homage to them.
But one Fargo veteran tells Valley News Team's Katie Opperly this holiday weekend is different from all the years before.
James Barr first enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 1972.
Went to Vietnam and Phnom Penh, northern Cambodia in 1974.
Valley News Live.
Barr also told us this sort of thing happened another time in his neighborhood. He says another veteran had flags stolen from his yard.
In Fargo today, Memorial Day 2019 was marked with ceremonies, including one at Riverside Cemetery. Veterans saying the day is more than just a three-day holiday weekend. It's a day to remember those who lost their lives for our freedom.
We wanted to make sure that our children don't lose the fact that we had veterans that lost their lives for their freedom, because we live in such a peace-filled country right now that they're very, very unaware of that unless we come to an event such as this.
During the ceremony today, parents and educators were urged to teach kids more about veterans and freedom.
The Memorial Day celebration also took to the skies as two Black Hawk helicopters did a flyover over the Veterans Cemetery south of Mandan. This was the first Memorial Day flyover for Warrant Officer Greg Schaaf. He's been in the Guard for 11 years. Schaaf says the flyover is special, not just for the holiday, but also living out a dream of flying the same aircraft featured in many Hollywood movies.
I watched movies all through my childhood, and I never imagined that one day I'd be flying this exact airframe, and it's kind of an honor.
The Black Hawk has flown over the Memorial Day ceremony for more than 2 decades.
As we honor those who have served on this Memorial Day, a simple tweet by the Army to mark the holiday has turned into something quite unexpected.
Veterans and their families responded by telling harrowing stories about the mounting toll of war and military life. Here's Tom Costello.
It started with an Army tweet asking about the value of military service.
To give to others, to protect the ones I love, and to better myself as a man and a warrior.
But that single tweet has drawn more than 10,000 responses, many very dark, including "I became addicted to heroin, PTSD, depression, anxiety, nightmares, can't keep a job and have difficulty interacting with people."
This is the table that I sat at when I tried to end my own life.
You were going to kill yourself right here?
Yes.
Army veteran Eric Donahoe survived 3 IED explosions in Iraq. He returned home with a brain injury and PTSD.
I just decided everybody would be better without me, and I grabbed my Glock, sat down, and put my Glock in my mouth and tried to pull the trigger. And the thing that stopped me was the realization that my family would have to live here in the house.
There are currently 19 million veterans. 20 of them die by suicide every single day, 1.5 times the civilian rate. Tammy Duckworth, who lost both legs in Iraq, is now a senator fighting for veteran access to better health care.
There are not enough mental health professionals, counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists, all of that are needed.
With the tweets growing by the hour, the Army took note, posting a crisis hotline number and tweeting, "Your stories are real, they matter. We have to take care of those who came back home with scars we can't see."
Every veteran has a story to tell, and that story is a part of our history and has value.
On this Memorial Day, a reminder of the sacrifice veterans continue to live with every day. Tom Costello, NBC News, Carmel, Indiana.
Here's the Veterans Crisis Line. It's toll-free, 1-800-273-8255. When you call that number, press 1 to talk to someone now. And you can visit also veteranscrisisline.net.
We have new information about the man coaxed out of the Cheyenne River today. He's now facing a charge of interfering with a 911 call. Authorities responded to a domestic call this afternoon. That's when the man involved took off on his motorcycle into West Fargo. He eventually ditched his bike near Main Avenue in Cheyenne and ran waist deep into the water and stayed there until officers talked him out. 35-year-old Matthew Walsh was taken into custody and jailed after being medically cleared.
Natural gas is being burned off and wasted at record levels in North Dakota. The information comes 5 years after the state adopted rules to reduce flaring. Critics say the rules are not working, and those in the industry say it'll take another 2 years to finish infrastructure that will be able to handle today's output. New information tonight from the National Weather Service on the intensity of 5 tornadoes that touched down last Friday. One of them did some damage in Leal, North Dakota, hitting Barnes County with a tornado intensity of EF1.
Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard went back to check on the people living there to see how they're faring with cleanup and repairs.
That's what you'll hear when you stop in this Leal neighborhood. It's normally calm and peaceful. And being a population of 20, the neighbors stick close together.
I don't know, it just seems like we're from the old school and everybody helps everybody here.
But Friday wasn't so quiet in Dave Lockin's neighborhood.
I come over here and I'm standing looking out the window, and then I just seen the hard rain and the wind was blowing really hard.
And nearly 30 seconds later,
I seen the tree was down and our trellis over the garden was down, and then Kyle and Brooks' garage was gone.
Came up incredibly fast. And I looked to the southwest and I saw what appeared to be a 2x4 in the air. And that's when we knew that we had to head for shelter. So we headed down to the basement.
According to the National Weather Service, the tornado that hit Leal had winds around 108 miles per hour. It was 4 miles in length and 150 yards in width. Lockin lost a big tree and his house antenna flipped over, but his neighbor had more structural damage, including water and house damage.
You know, hear the cliche, you never think it's going to happen in your community, and it just happened to here, but thankfully everyone is all right.
Now, neighbors said that they responded fairly quickly. They had 30 or so people out here picking up debris like this, but the building with the most amount of damage is this storage building behind me. The roof is completely lifted and beams are exposed. They're hoping that someone can come out to help repair it. They don't know when exactly that will be. In Leal, North Dakota, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
To check out the intensity and damage of the other 4 twisters from Friday, go to our website, valleynewslive.com.
A strong line of thunderstorms tore across northern Iowa and into southern Minnesota this afternoon. In this video taken in Lime Springs, Iowa, crews are cleaning up some downed and damaged trees that threatened a house. The track of the storms began near the Charles City area, continued on line to the northeast through Lime Springs. Eventually, the storms blew into the Minnesota side of the border, where there were reports of damage along much of the line. But the National Weather Service has yet to confirm what, if any, damage may have been caused by the tornadoes.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with No Wait Weather.
All right, heading into the overnight hours, we have seen improving conditions across the valley throughout the day. What started out as a gray day ended with some peaks of sunshine, a gorgeous setting sun, and temperatures that are falling into the mid-50s. We have a north-northeast wind, but not as strong. That's another change that's taking place as we head into the overnight. Now, the coolest weather by far today was out to the east, where Duluth only made it into the mid-40s. Duluth and Bemidji still in the mid-40s. The rest of us cooling off from temperatures close to 60 to 65 degrees on a pretty fair Memorial Day. A few clouds lingering across the central portion of the viewing area from west to east. There's some rain showers south of Mobridge. And as we take a look at the regional picture, a lot of weather happening in the elevated terrain of the Rocky Mountains, the high plains. And here in our neck of the woods, because of the cool, drier air that's pushing into the north, we have frost advisories, believe it or not. But that's for the Arrowhead of Minnesota and northwest North Dakota, not for the valley. but it will cool off this evening. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast as we head to bed. Skies will be mostly clear. Can't rule out some areas of patchy fog and high clouds down in the southern counties. The storm system in the Rockies will stay to our south, so we start the day sunny up in the north. All in all, temperatures in the 40s across the board, and as we go through the midday, we'll see temperatures rising into the 60s. We'll have less wind, we'll have a lot more sunshine, and the afternoon temperatures will reap some rewards if you like warmer temperatures. 65 to 70 degrees for almost everyone across the board. It looks very beautiful out there, even into the evening, with light winds and crystal clear skies. So here's a look at your planner. In Fargo-Moorhead, expect temperatures to rise from the mid-40s with abundant sunshine in the afternoon. Will reach 72 degrees and stay near 70 for several hours for a very, very pleasant evening with the sun setting at 9:10 tomorrow night. Here's a look at your hometown forecast, and notice that temperatures are a bit cooler down to the south with the orange warm air mass up to the north. This a result of the increased cloudiness you will experience in the early day and even into the afternoon hours with that storm system in the Central Plains throwing more cloud cover your way. The Detroit Lakes area, 67 tomorrow, 68 in Bemidji, and 72 in Roseau. A fitting photo uploaded by Brittany. Thank you so much. This is in the Valley City area, and I hope you had a wonderful day of observance of Memorial Day. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Now, tomorrow, just a start, because we get back to seasonal temperatures for this time of the year. Above normal on Wednesday. It will feel warm on Thursday and Friday as well, with temperatures very close to 80 degrees. And it'll be in the afternoon on Friday when a little cool front starts sagging southward, makes its way into the southern portion of the valley as we go into Saturday. So a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms there, with temperatures that slip back into the low 70s, but a nice rebound to close out the weekend. All in all, this 7-day forecast significantly milder than the last couple of weeks.
Are you seeing lots of lawn work in Mike's future?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're okay with that, right?
Yeah, as long as it's just mine, not
Yeah,
yours.
well, he's invited. I've already thrown that out there.